a Twisted Metal fan, there's a chance you played through Twisted Metal Head-On Extra Twisted Edition on the PS2. I say chance cause to play this, it would require you to have a NTSC system, seeing as the game was never released outside of North America. Part of the action-oriented vehicle franchise created by David Scott Jaffe, I don't know. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but I'm gonna go with Jaff. This game lets you choose a vehicle and play out your most brutal exhaust-filled fantasies in your desired arena. This game was originally released on the PSP, but later re-released for the PS2 with added features such as the never-before-seen live-action sequences from the first game.
Welcome to my home.
And a behind-the-scenes documentary. It also had bonus levels that was originally created for the cancelled Twisted Metal Harbor City game. Now, this game was cancelled due to a supposed plane crash which took the lives of 6 key members of the development team. When completing the bonus stages, known as the Lost Levels, a message appeared on screen congratulating you, but at the same time scaring the shit out of you with its gut-wrenching soundtrack. Then they show you a letter that was supposedly sent to Sony following the cancellation of Harbor City, with an extremely vague message. Or so it seems. But what if I told you that the 6 names signed on that letter belongs to the team members who died in the plane crash? Suddenly, the message becomes clear. Show them all what we've done. Show them our last earthly deeds. It's clear that this letter is written by the deceased developers. Or, you know, most likely, made to look like it was written by them. The letter also reads, "Look to the dark past for proof that we are who we say we are. For in this dark past you will find proof that we know what the future will bring." The dark past is also the name of the documentary featured on the disc, so in short, the letter tells us that the documentary will prove that it is in fact written by some otherworldly entity. Now, when watching the documentary, this doesn't really seem to make a ton of sense. Until you start to notice these flickering numbers. They're only there for a brief moment, making them relatively easy to overlook. This is actually a pretty straightforward numerical alphabet code, and it spells out Twisted Metal is coming on PS3. So that means it's all just a promotional stunt, right? Well, I guess, but what about the dead team members? 1 month prior to the release of Extra Twisted Edition, Jaff himself stated the following in an interview when asked about why Harbor City was cancelled. In terms of why it didn't come to fruition, we don't really talk all that much about it. There are 2 reasons the game never really shipped. One was a tragic reason, which was basically there were a number of people who were working on the team, and I wasn't working with the team, that were killed. They died in a plane crash in Utah on a ski trip, and it was just too difficult. In light of his official statement, the letter seems like such a perverse way of revealing a new game, right? Here we have the creator of the franchise stating that the members did in fact die in a plane crash. I mean, if that's true, linking their names and their deaths in any way to promote a new game, it just seems wrong. You're with me on this, right? But maybe the whole thing was just bullshit. Maybe there was no plane crash. Maybe the entire thing was built from the ground up to promote their upcoming PS3 game. Or to explain the cancellation of Harbor City in a more intriguing way. Maybe Jaff was simply lying. The official date of the plane crash was March 13th, 2005. I did some minor research and looked through an official list of plane crashes through history, and guess what? There were no plane crashes that day. And I know what you're thinking, maybe it just wasn't documented. Maybe it was an anomaly in the system. Maybe all traces have been lost with time. So, to put this whole story to rest, in Jaff's own words, the story of the developers dying in a plane crash, totally fake, was never used to promote that game. He also stated, "We never used, and I never would, a tragedy, real or fake, to promote anything." So, I guess it wasn't technically to promote a game, although it was linked to the reveal of a new installment in their franchise. Call it what you will. I still think it was a little grotesque, confirming that the story was true to begin with. Now don't get me wrong, I still have tremendous respect for Jaff. He's been a key element in so many awesome games, and I'm sure will be for years to come. Anyways, we've finally come to the correct conclusion, with the official word from the person who started the rumor to begin with. This urban legend has come to an end. But this isn't the only morbid urban legend to be linked to video games out there. So be sure to check back for part 2 of whatever I'm gonna call this segment. I don't know, scary stuffs. Hey, Hey, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope my voice don't sound too weird because I'm losing my voice right now, so it's never happened before. Well, recording voiceovers. Anyways, you can click this button right here to check out my channel where I create lengthy game reviews of all kinds of weird shit. And this link takes you straight to my latest video where I cover one of my favorite NES games, Blue Shadow, featuring Clint from Lazy Game Reviews, whom I'd really like to take a second just to say thanks a million for giving this little dude a motivational boost to continue making half-decent content here on YouTube. Alright, that's it. I'll shut up now. Thanks for hanging out, dudes.